Welcome everyone to another edition of Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. I'm Will.
I'm Martin.
So as usual, leave us a like in the Gaming Vault YouTube page and a like in the channel, subscribe. Also check us out on Facebook as well. So today is the last of the big predictions of the year. We've still got another 2 pay-per-views to go, but this is the big one, the last big one for the year. But before we go into Survivor Series in French Canada, because that's the best Canada in the land,
That's not true.
I had to get a South Park joke in because it's in Canada. NXT TakeOver tonight. It's a big weekend of wrestling for well, I've got the WWE side, but you've got a massive weekend of wrestling. You've got the better one tomorrow night. I'm so jealous of that. So as it's a massive weekend of wrestling, like for over here anyhow, we've got the ICW tomorrow night, Fear and Loathing, which is going to be fucking phenomenal. I cannot wait to hear what it's going to be like.
I've got the card here. It's quite a lot of matches on it.
On you go, mate.
Well, ICW, the main event is a steel cage match for world title, Wolfgang and Trent Seven. I don't know if you know much about Trent Seven. He's made his name down south. He's a pretty big deal. He has a glorious beard and moustache. That's pretty much all I know about him. But he's challenging. It's going to be a good match. Wolfgang, he'll do his thing. Personally, I wouldn't have wanted Wolfgang to be the champion because he won it off of Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey won it for the first time. Joe Coffey's just like the best thing going. Quite simply. There's a reason he's called the Iron Man. The guy can have a great match with anybody. And he's going to tomorrow night. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, Coffey had won. Everybody went mental because everybody knows how much he genuinely deserves it. Wolfgang cashed in his briefcase shot.
Right.
Won back at ICW's version of the Rumble back in January. You get a suitcase for your trouble, basically. And you've got a year to cash in. Just like Money in the Bank, only much, much more effort to get. So he'd cashed it in. He's been the champion the past couple of months. But it turns out there was a reason for all that, and that's because of Coffey's match, which might very well be the main event, actually, because he's got Kurt Angle.
Aye.
I know Kurt's past it. I know Kurt's only taking matches now and again. But Kurt Angle, when motivated, and he will be motivated because it's the biggest show in Europe that any indie promotion's ever run, I think it's going to be a classic. I've got a great feeling about it. I'm quite excited to see it. What else have we got? There's an ongoing storyline this year. Basically, Team ICW against what's called the Black Label. Black Label's all the big heels.
That's one thing I actually have enjoyed because it does have that reminiscence of the NWO WCW feel.
Aye, but they've put their own slant on it, and there's been some genuine surprises. See Shah Samuels, the Cockney guy, big terrifying bastard of a man, never been face anywhere, especially not in Scotland, because whenever he came out to the ring here, he just shout, "I hate you, you mugs," at everybody. The Danny Dyer patter, but for somebody you can actually be intimidated by.
Somebody you could actually like.
Well, that's the thing, he turned face for this, and I think it's like the first time ever. So he's on Team ICW, along with Grado, Chris Renfrew, and DCT. On the other side, you've got Jack Jester, Kid Fight, Bram from TNA, who nobody likes because Bram's a wanker, and Drew Galloway.
See, that's the one, Finn Balor's the guest enforcer.
Yes.
See, that's the match I'm really, really interested in. It's a great storyline they've done for that, and they've kept it going for months. It's been really good, and WWE should take fucking note. That's how you do a storyline.
Aye, and it's been built up so well, and now, I mean, it's pretty much run for most of the time between the two big shows. Because they started teasing it back then with the original Black Label lineup, and then started adding to them here and there, and now it's going to pay off.
Am I right in saying this has been going on for nearly a year?
Aye.
I thought that...
The Black Label were around last year because you had Drew's the big bad because he had the title and Grado beat him for it.
That's right.
Last Fear and Loathing. But so they added a couple more guys to the label, and they made them like a real threat, and a lot of the faces were forced out. So like Polo Promotions, for example, disappeared for a few months and went everywhere except ICW. And Jackie Polo's that good at pushing a storyline. You genuinely didn't know if he had a problem with him or not.
Yeah.
Like the actual management, because the guy's he's fantastic at this kind of stuff. Anyway, they came back. They're actually up against the Dudleys, which
that'll be a good match.
I hope so. I mean, again, the Dudleys a wee bit older, but when they're motivated, they can pull off something special. And Polos are quite simply the best tag team in the UK, hands down. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise. I will fight them. I'm expecting a very fun match. Oh my god, we're recording this and a fucking Orange March is outside.
I could hear that.
It's November.
No, I've had to shut my window. I forgot I left my window open last night. No, well, I was freezing last night, and like when I came in, because I had a few things today, just fixing out the recording settings, and I was like, oh, it's roasting. I'll leave the window open just to cool down. Like this room can heat up, especially with the slagging I get because I use a 50-inch monitor. So it's
in your face.
Aye, so it's fucking roasting. And then obviously, like I said, off air with my arm because I got the flu jab, it just fucking hell, man. I was freezing, I was sore, and it just like I said, if you never messaged me, this podcast wasn't happening.
I don't know if I kept it for. Apparently, it's a song related thing because they need any excuse to go out, including a war that was 100 years ago.
Oh, I can hear them.
There's one thing that I hate more than anything else in this country, and it's rain.
So anyhow, we'll continue on.
We'll try. So we've got the ICW women's match.
Yes.
The triple threat, Carmel against Kaylee Ray against Viper.
Funny story, that this I only found out, and I've been meaning to say to you, I actually worked with Kaylee, is it Kaylee Lee? Kaylee Ray. Or Kaylee Ray. I actually worked with her cousin in game.
Aye.
And it was not until she told me that's my cousin, I was like, oh, no fucking way. And obviously, you know Viper. Who's the champion just now going into this?
Carmel just now.
So, because Viper's listened to a couple of the shows, I'm rooting for Viper in this one.
I'm rooting for her anyway because she's just too bloody nice and she can easily kick my ass. So, as much as I love Kaylee, who always puts on a great show.
She puts on a great show. She really does put on a great show. But I'm going to go for Viper on this one.
I need to agree. Right, we've still got a couple more
on you go.
To go here. First of all, it's the 0G Championship Stairway to Heaven match. I've no idea what the rules are. They've only announced 4 of the participants. There's going to be 6. I've only got a note of 4 here, which is Lionheart, who's the champ, Zach Gibson, Andy Wilde, and Liam Thompson.
Right.
Liam Thompson's had a pretty good year this year, I have to say. I'm not too sure what the story behind him was. I know he's been around a wee while, but he's kind of came back the past year and getting a lot of attention. The other guys are pretty new, as far as I know. No idea what the rules are. All I know is it's going to be 6 guys flying about all over the place, and Lionheart being a prick in the middle of them all, so that works for me. There's also another highlight for me. Now, ICW, whenever they use imports, they don't use many. I mean, they've had some great names, obviously, you know, about, who's now Balor. There's been like Kendrick in London, a couple of TNA guys here and there, even Kennedy for an appearance.
And the Good Rangers man.
And the Good Rangers man,
Good Rangers man, yes.
Of course. Well, he wasn't a guest though. He was ICW.
Aye.
However, they've managed to get Ricochet for tomorrow night.
I've seen
and
that.
Tonight at the garage, he's doing a wee weekend shot, and he's taking on Lewis Girvan. The two of them can fly about all over the place. Again, as I say, going to be really entertaining. There's no weak match in this card.
No,
it's terrifying.
That's the thing. When you actually look at the talent and obviously the imports they've got over for Fear and Loathing, Mark Dallas has put on a great fucking show tomorrow night.
I don't think we could have done a better job if we were in his position.
No,
resources he's got available.
It's scary how much, if you look at that fucking card, especially for an indie show, and
I know.
like,
there's normally always a match where you can, and there's still one more match, by the way, to go over, but normally there'll be 1 or 2 matches where you go, you'll get through it. But if you take, like, say, when I've went in the past and I've spoke about, like, fucking Walk Culture's like wrestling promotion, I'm not a fan of them at all. I'm not putting them down or anything like that. I just don't buy them. And when you look at their promotion, and, like, say, like, they got Del Rio. Who gives a fuck about Del Rio? He's only relevant just now because he's shagging Paige and he's opening a restaurant. Apart from that, I couldn't give 2 fucks. But when you look at 2 matches left, sorry. Anyway, on you go.
And when you look at what ICW, Kurt Angle, right, who is a fucking out and out Hall of Famer anywhere he goes, the Dudleys are the exact same.
Ricochet as well in his way to a career like that, I have to say.
And then obviously you've got it was going to be Mick Foley, and then this is how we get to Survivor Series, but we still don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But
I've got a wee note here for the card that it was actually on ICW's website. Foley's recorded a wee message, so they're pitching it as being via satellite.
That's cool. But, like, even having Finn Balor, who is, until he got injured, he was the biggest name in fucking Raw and NXT, and he's still relevant even though he's injured. He's
actually advertised for Roadblock. Unless he's been on some kind of, medical procedure where they give him Cena's blood or bone marrow, I don't see how he can be ready.
I think he just got to make a wish for Cena and it just repaired him. That's the thing.
Terrifying child, but give me your blood.
Because obviously he's at the Sling just now, and there was pictures of him in The Good Rangers, man. I think it was Universal Studio. It was.
I could still live in Orlando.
So they were all there. So you could see he's at his Sling. He doesn't look like he's putting any beef at all. He still looks fit.
I don't know what his regime is for exercising, but it must be terrifying for him to keep that.
It just looks like they said. It looks like it was just like it was a dislocation, wasn't it?
Aye, it was just completely unlucky.
Aye, that was it.
Well, and it was Seth Rollins he was against, but...
we go down that way. We don't have Bret Hart in the show, mate, to fucking...
Professional of them. Everybody's shite. I'm the best. Life Triple H got a higher rating than me in WWE 2K16. That's shite. Goldberg's sound, but he made me a goddamn cripple. That's my Bret Hart impersonation. So, my matches before I get jailed. Casket match. Now, I think... This could be a show stealer because it's BT Gunn against Stevie Boy. Last year, obviously, they two were in an act together and they were in a steel cage elimination match against. Oh God, I forgot their name, even though they're all over ICW all the time. This went right out of me. Anyway, it's a good steel cage match.
Is that the one with the wee man?
No. Anyway. Great match last year. Stevie Boy stole the show. These two together, it's the first time ICW have done a casket match. Do you know that's the other thing about ICW? See, and you think, it's an indie show and they've got like a steel cage, that thing's going to be a rickety piece of shit. No. They have put in like really high production quality to this stuff. Their cage looks amazing.
It's not even that. What a lot of people might not know either is they have their own fucking centre as well now.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like this is just like a Diddy promotion ran out of like a bedroom. This is a promotion that has its own office, its own training ring. It's scary how much this has grown in 10 years. Oh,
brilliant. But as I say, the production value, so you're not going to get a wee cheap rickety casket, basically.
No. You're going to get what WWE would use. You would get the same consistent value in the sense where the prop is believable.
Except the tables. Because they go through that many of them, literally. Right. One match left, and I saved this for last because it's obviously going to have the greatest entrance in the history of European wrestling, if not the world. Joe Hendry versus Davey Blaze. No, they were a tag team. They were the tag team champions. They lost it to the Polos coming back, who were the last tag team champions, which made them undisputed tag team champions. So these two have ended up feuding because Davey Blaze has turned into an arsehole and hanging about with the wee man.
Aye.
And Joe Hendry, last year, literally, the lyrics were, I made my entrance in a Hendry ball. And he came out in a blow-up ball and rolled down the ramp to the ring while singing along to his own tune that he made. I cannot wait to see what he's got lined up for Sunday. The boy's a genius. He's a genius.
If you follow the end scene, that the card is fucking stacked. And the one thing I'm hoping, well, for what I've seen for Mark Dallas on Facebook, apparently, mate, this is all but sold out.
They actually opened up the final section 2 weeks ago.
And it's nearly went. It is scary how much this is shat away. You're
looking at them probably having about the same attendance as Raw last week.
I think it might have more.
And again, it's the last minute. People are going to be looking at that card and go, here, this might be a laugh. Let's go out there tonight. They're still going to get last minute people. I mean, even if they don't sell it, even if they come close, that's still a bigger achievement than anybody else that's ran that arena.
Oh no, they've shat away a SmackDown. We'll be honest with that one. They've shat away a SmackDown. That was a fucking farce when we went Raw. I'm hoping they shit away that. The crowd's going to be phenomenal. In the sense of they've sold it better than Raw. That's what I'm hoping for. Just purely because of what...
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere would be better.
Last year, because obviously round ringside, 9 out of 10 folk down there are going to be the ICW hardcore who got in first.
Yeah.
The tickets.
Yeah.
And they can create an atmosphere like nowhere else. I mean, you've seen the documentaries, you've probably seen some of the clips on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. And they get the rest of the crowd going, so even the casuals get into it. But I will say one other thing. Tonight on Facebook at 6 o'clock, on ICW's Facebook page, they're the first company to broadcast a main live wrestling card on Facebook. And they're doing their build-up show for tomorrow night. It's the last Fight Club before Fear and Loathing. It's getting recorded at the garage. It's going to go out live. I think it's on for a couple of hours. Ricochet's appearing. Pretty much everybody who's on the card tomorrow night is going to appear in some capacity. Plenty of matches, contract signings, all that kind of thing. And basically, get it watched.
See, WWE, that's how you fucking do it, and you don't try and sell fucking emojis for $2.99 for the app, then the rest for a tenner.
Are they?
Aye, I seen that this morning,
mate. Even the Nintendo ones were free.
Mate, I seen that. It's $1.99, right, to get the app.
And here's Roman Reigns' face. I'm not paying money.
£10 or $10 for everything, and it's just fuck you. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just like you'll get people to buy it.
Aye, Indians.
But I'm like, it's fucking crazy. So, good luck to ICW tomorrow night, mate. I fucking hope they blow
Maybe something special.
It's going to be brilliant. I cannot wait to see pictures. I cannot wait to hear about it. So, good luck to Mark Dallas and the crew tomorrow night. It's going to be absolutely amazing for the guys.
Can't wait, guys. Cannot wait.
So, let's move on to the devil itself.
It's time for prediction.
WWE. Right, tonight we've got the takeover.
Fuck the takeover in the bin. Fuck the takeover. No interest in the takeover. Well, but I want to moan about it.
We'll talk about two matches. Right,
we'll go over the cards first, and then we'll go over the matches we want to talk about. Right, so the card, the main event is Joe Nakamura.
That's what we want to talk about.
The women's match is Asuka against Mickie James.
We'll talk about that.
Got a grudge match between the tag team known as Perfect 10 for 2 minutes. Well, no, wait, that was his name, was it? No, Perfect 10's Dillinger's name. It was like Glorious 10 or something. It was a shite name. Anyway, Ty Dillinger against Bobby Roode.
All we're interested in that match to see the entrance. That's it.
Aye, Dillinger's awesome. But anyway, DIY versus the Revival for the tag team belts.
Mm-hmm.
And Shield cosplayers with their manager in a cage versus two skinny quadruple X drinkers.
It'll be an alright.
Not wrong with the card. Everybody on it.
It's a strong card for NXT. Just a lot of heels is surrounding NXT. But the two matches, like, I'll quickly dive into the Mickey James one and Asuka. I think this will be Asuka's like toughest match in the sense where you've got a proven vet compared to obviously the people that she's wrestled so far in NXT, especially like the American style, the WWE style.
Yeah.
So I think
that's why she was there though. It was all to learn.
I think that'll be a good match. She'll win. There's no way. I mean, Mickey James is going to be there, like training.
Well, it was originally going to be Trish.
That's right.
Manage it.
That's right.
Is she pregnant again, or was she busy? I can't remember.
I can't remember myself, mate. But having Mickey James is a good backup.
Hell of a backup.
That's a good backup. She's probably the only ones. If you take like the last of the women championship and the Divas, she's probably the one next to Beth Phoenix that was consistently good. Consistently. So
and WWE got lucky with her breaking out at the time she did, because obviously Trish was winding down at the time and retired. Lita, who everybody seems to think was amazing, but was actually a botch monkey. No, a spot monkey, a botch monkey. And there was a distinct lack of actual talented woman at the time. But Mickey disguised that a bit.
That'll be a good match. I'll actually look forward to watching
that'll
that
be
one.
Stiff as hell as well. I genuinely love Asuka. If she could be my wife, I would make it happen.
The main event, I can. There's no way Nakamura is going to lose. This is Joe's. It's Joe's last match. It has to be in NXT.
One thing about WWE in general, apart from Cesaro, my single all-time favourite that they've got right now is Naka. He's just everything. Nothing like, see on paper. Somebody described to you what this guy does. He's this bendy Japanese guy who's really weird and walks in a strange way and kind of looks like a sneaky wee pirate a bit and has a weird entrance and these people in the face, and his music's violins, right? See on paper, sounds fucking awful. See when you watch him, there's magic.
He's
magic.
He's a perfect entertainer in the wrestling sense, mate. My worry, he's obviously still got to work in English. That's just a given.
He can speak English.
Yeah, no great.
No, it's different when he's doing promos.
But the
first fluent.
The worry I've got, mate, is see when he comes to the main roster. If it's
my worry is
6 months. That's what I was going to say. If it's 6 months or a year's time, he's there.
I know.
After everybody they've had, the few exceptions, the Seth, Finn, they'll fuck it up.
There's a difference now, and that's that they genuinely have to worry about a worldwide audience for their network. That's a major difference from the days of Kai and Tai.
I think with certain aspects as well, see if you take like the state of the cruiserweight division, and some of the NXTs came up, I can see Triple H having more a pool with.
Well, this is the thing. Nakamura's like Finn, he's the pet project, and he's only going to do this if it's done right. Because see Nakamura main event in WWE shows, that's going to put your network subscriptions sky high in Japan.
I mean, it's not even that. See, even if they screwed him out, it's not even like it's going to be a loss for a promotion. He just has to go back to fucking New Japan. Boom,
that's the thing. I mean, you'll get free. He makes his money and goes back. But see if they fuck up Naka, nobody in Japan will forgive them.
No.
And they will lose that market.
No.
They have to do this properly, which is why I'm thinking they're going to do it right. Now, as I say, Nakamura, once in a lifetime talent that can change your business in a country single-handedly. This is why he's all over NXT, because Japanese people that are going to tune into NXT, the idea is that, you know, they'll get their subscriptions, they'll watch him. He's only on every 3 weeks. They use him not sparingly, but
they use him right as a champion.
Very careful not to expose him too much.
Yeah.
Aye, he gets his cracking half-hour match every couple of months on the pay-per-view, but when he goes up to the main show, and I hope it's SmackDown that he goes on to, I mean, see the idea of him against Cesaro? I mean, my Bobby's hard.
Triple H knows how to run a promotion. That's a good thing. I remember watching the documentary on the network, and when they were talking about him taking over NXT, and basically he said he wants to do it as the way he would like to watch wrestling, which is like 95% of what like our age group want.
And do you know what he likes to do? World class championship wrestling for the 80s, just like everybody else. Like I advise that you watch some episodes. They're on the network.
It's scary how close it is.
Brilliantly booked. It's brilliantly booked.
He's listened to the likes of fucking I forgot his name. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He's listened to Dusty. He's listened to obviously all the old timers and how to do it.
Well, that's the thing. Sadly, the guy passed away a few years ago. Gary Hart. He was responsible for booking world class championship wrestling when it was at its peak. He's the reason it got to its peak. His autobiography is fucking fantastic. I would advise that you find it online though, because it's £400 to buy, because it's so hard to get. It gives you a fascinating insight, and the thing about the 80s wrestling is it inspired our generation's favourites. Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker, all of them. In fact, Stone Cold and Undertaker got their starts under him.
Aye. I mean,
which is crazy.
It's not even that. See if you actually listen to like
so did Mick.
See if you listen to our favourites, not one of them make class. Right, they always put WWE or WWF at the time. That was the place to be, but
they have to, don't they?
But when you look at the promotions they wanted to go,
aye,
they always name the ones. That was the place to be. WWF was the top, but aye, they were where you made it, and that's where I take the NXT. Looking back, that is like watching proper minimum story, a lot of action.
Well, this is what takes me to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Final, because it's an angle straight out of World Class. Personally, I don't think it's a good fit for NXT. I hope I'm wrong, I hope I enjoy it, but it just seems a little too cheesy, a little too carny, because you've got the Authors of Pain, who I've noted as the Shield cosplayers, because they dress exactly the fucking same as the Shield. Exactly the fucking same. Got as many pockets on them as well. Against TM61, who I've just called the two skinny Aussie beer drinkers, because they look like that. The Shield cosplayers are managed by Paul Ellering, who you'll remember for the days of the Legion of Doom.
Yep.
Paul Ellering is going to be in a cage suspended above the ring so he can't interfere.
You're as well just putting Viagra in a pole match.
To me, that's the kind of class that's in. I think it belongs back then. And I mean, when I think about it, the last thing I seen a cage like that in the WWE, it was when Chyna was suspended above the ring, and did that cool spot where she ripped open the cage bars, showing how crazy strong she was, dropped in the ring and battered people.
It is a crazy gimmick for NXT.
The thing is, I'm hoping that the reason they've got such a daft thing is because they have something in mind for the Authors of Pain to do to get the cage down or get Ellering out. And if they've managed to do something that looks cool enough, I won't have a problem with it. But as things stand right now, I don't think it's something they should have.
The only thing to like finish on this match, it could work as the fact that it's Triple H running it, and I don't think he'd want anything stupid to happen.
Aye.
That's the only thing.
You're not going to get anything like you'd see on Raw. No. Don't get me wrong.
No, that's the only thing that it's gone in its favour. If it was on Raw, this would be fucking shit already. You just laugh, point and laugh. On me, but with Triple H at the helm of this one, I can't see it being a complete disaster. On paper, it sounds fucking stupid, but I could see it with him being at the helm. No, they'll do something where it'll work. But with me saying Joe's last match, I want him in SmackDown, mate. SmackDown.
Oh, he's got to.
SmackDown need a monster fucking heel.
Aye.
Joe fits it. He can do face. He's better as a heel. Anybody's better as a heel. But
maybe Baron Corbin can watch his matches and take notes on how to actually wrestle and get heat.
Exactly. AJ is a good heel, but AJ is too much a fan favourite because of the way he performs.
It's just too funny sometimes.
Joe is a totally different kind of wrestler in the sense where he's proper old school heel. like Austin heel back in the day. He knows how to do it. He's done it so long, and plus his matches are fucking great. Him and AJ going for that title. That would be fucking great. All TNA classics right there. There's nothing bad you can say about him going. I hope tomorrow night, or the night actually, sorry, I hope the night that it is his last match, in the sense where we get the benefit of him coming to the main roster now. He deserves it. It's been
Maka needs a new opponent because he's been feuding with Joe all year.
Aye, it's ran its course. I think they'll see that move Joe on. So that's that.
There's one other match, is the tag title match. Just a wee quick mention, because as I say, I don't really know much about the Aussie guy, the DIY guys. You know, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Other than they're good wee indie guys, and they're a good wee team together. I just want to see the Revival. I fucking love the Revival. And if they dropped the titles and moved up, I would not have a problem with that.
I wouldn't have a problem with that either, mate. The only thing is, apart from End Zone Cash, where it's their gimmick has kept them relevant, so to speak.
The Revival can keep themselves relevant by being fast.
That's what I'm hoping, that, like, put them in SmackDown.
Yes.
Put them on a place where they look at the wrestling side, look at what happened to Ascension. They were brilliant in NXT.
Well, this is it. SmackDown needs a heel team. They're perfect. They're ready to go. They can take the titles off of Rhino and Slater and then feud with American Alpha.
Yep.
And that would be like they could do that all next year.
Aye. So here we go, mate. You got your wee bit ready to start taking predictions for the morning night?
Of course. So first of all, we're just going to do it in order I've written it down in. There's no reflection on what the actual order of the night is. So we're kicking off with Kendrick and Kalisto.
That's what I've got as well, mate. Right, as just to fill you back in, because there's my phone going off. I hope Marie tells the person to fuck off, whoever it is that's phoning. We're sitting at 8-8. We are drawing the last, was it 3 pay-per-views now?
Oh, you went on a robot.
Oh, can you hear me now?
You went on a robot, I don't know what you say.
Can you hear me?
Aye.
Right, we're sitting at 8-8, the last 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Right, so this one's got to give, we've got to give somewhere in this one. Right.
Survivor Series, right, Kendrick and Kalisto.
Right, so Kendrick and Kalisto, if Kalisto doesn't botch and win, we get the Cruiserweight title in SmackDown.
Well, I've got my own theory, and I don't know how we're going to count this for the predictions, right?
Right.
Hear me out here.
Right.
So it's Kendrick and Kalisto. Normal rules apply. Kendrick is going to get himself DQ'd and lose the match, but retain the title and go to SmackDown with it.
That's a good outcome, mate.
That's what's going to happen.
That's a... Mate, I keep saying, see, this is fucking stupid. My camera's up there and I'm looking fucking... you're watching me doing it and I don't even say, by the way, well, you're looking at your fucking sale. That's a good outcome, because I don't know what to say to that one, mate. That's a fucking hard... That's a hard one to pick, because...
I should have said that until you gave your answer.
Because Kalisto, I cannot see being the champion.
Not a fucking chance.
Not a chance.
We know 205 Live starts next week. And that's going to be filmed live after SmackDown.
I'm going to go with Brian Kendrick, mate. I'm going to have to go with him. I'm going to have to go with him. You've put a spanner in the work now, and it's like...
So I'm going to put Kalisto technically, but Kendrick retains, right?
Right.
That way we're different.
Or we could just go, right, we don't count this one.
No, I've got my theory.
Right, but I've
said Kalisto technically.
You've put this in a theory though, but how does that one work? Because if Kendrick's still the champion.
Well, Kalisto wins the match though, and this is about who wins the match. If he loses, or if he gets or he gets DQ'd or counted out, Kalisto wins.
Right. Okay. We'll do it as that then. Bastard! I didn't even think of that. that's a good one.
That on Wednesday.
That's a good one, mate. I don't know what you've got next, but the next one is it the Raw tag.
I've got it as Miz and Sammy, but we'll do Raw Tag if you want, because it's just going to be a clusterfuck. It's probably going to open the show.
Because they've got in this card, they've got the Cruiserweight first. Then,
It doesn't really matter what
Nah.
order it is. We know it's still going to be the order of the
Nah.
event. There's no point in guessing that, because they'll change it 10 minutes before the show.
the 5-on-5 traditional elimination tag team match will be a clusterfuck.
So I'm wondering, if one member of the team gets eliminated, do the team get eliminated, or do all 10 people have to be eliminated? And does it depend on how much time they've got to fill?
Fuck knows, mate. I have no idea. They've not really explained the rules in this one, have they?
No, at all.
So, like the Raw tag team, the New Day, Sheamus, Cesaro, Enzo, Big Cass, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Primo, and Epico versus Team SmackDown, Heath Slater, Rhino, Zack Ryder, Mojo, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. I'm going for a Raw win.
Do you know what? I was just about to say that as well. I think they're going to win it. I think they are.
If you look at the New Day, Sheamus, Cesaro, and even put Enzo in that against the SmackDown tag team, even though the SmackDown tag team is fucking brilliant in paper, as in wrestling ability, they're better. There's no way Raw's not going to win this one. It's just purely the stature.
Actually, do you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to say SmackDown are going to win this. No, just to be different. I've got my reasons. I think SmackDown will win this one.
When you go, what's the reasons?
The other two matches, the other two Survivor Series matches, basically.
Right.
I think the women's going to win. I think Raw's going to win the main event.
Now we've just done the fucking podcast. You've jumped.
Matches.
Right, I'm going for Raw purely because of the stature of the where the wrestlers are in WWE. With the likes of New Day, Sheamus, Cesaro, the woman traditional. Again, I'm going for Raw. Purely based on the Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha.
I think they're going to win it as well because if you take their women actually wrestle for the most part.
And if you take Team SmackDown, how Natalia's no fucking in this.
Oh, I don't know.
When she can wrestle, right? But the fact that you look at two of them and like Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch is the only two on that team where you'd go, yep, you would put your money in they two. The rest, Carmella's green as fuck. Alexa still has a bit to learn, but she's getting there. She's on her way. Naomi, forgettable. So that's my reasons for Raw. Are you going for Smack? No, you went for Raw as well, didn't you, for the women's?
Right. Yeah, I'm writing it down. Don't you worry, I've got a note of all this nonsense.
But this is where I think the two will change now. So, the proper traditional Survivor Series match. Team Raw, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, and of course, fucking Roman Bastard and Reigns. Against Team SmackDown, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, and the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I'm going for Team SmackDown, mate.
I'm going for Team Raw.
Right, my reasons for Team SmackDown is purely because Raw, and storyline wise, they have so many people gunning for that championship. They've got so many people gunning for Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Braun Strowman's kind of like the dark sheep, so to speak, considering his mask. With outside of that championship spot, but Seth Rollins has his run-ins with Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns. No matter what the fucking day, he's just going to be there for the sake of a fucking championship. No matter what we argue, why he should not be anywhere near it just now. They'll still go, no. He appears to this fucking no. He's shit. Good worker, shit at everything else. That's it. End of story. The reason with the Team SmackDown, and what kind of like put me in that mindset was with Undertaker coming back, you know, obviously he's laying down the law about if you fail, this is my fucking yard. Yes, I can see Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles having a bit of words during that, right? I can see that because they two are the main ones for that title. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, no, they're nowhere near that title. But they'll have their own ways of doing things.
Aye.
Shane McMahon on it is a great idea, but this is where
I probably think the same as you, to be honest.
This is where
Shane will not wrestle that match.
No, I don't think Shane will wrestle it. I think this is where something will happen, where he's injured, or something will happen. There's going to be something that happens.
It's a better idea, if you will.
No, look, but
to bring in someone.
For all of a sudden, there comes Samoa Joe.
Aye.
But
I agree.
In theory, it won't fucking happen that way. But I'm thinking Team SmackDown will win because of storyline wise or Raw and how they're imploding. Basically because all of them want that fucking title. All of them.
Well, you see, my reasoning here is also because of the Undertaker. Undertaker laying down the law, if you screw up all batteries, is pretty much setting up a feud with one member of that team, and I think it's going to be AJ.
Yep.
And that he's going to do something. Maybe Dean will be the last guy, him and Ellsworth working together against whatever evil Raw men are left, and AJ is going to pull a bit of silly buggers and take out Dean. And that's going to put Taker on the warpath.
They've got to make...
if they bring up Joe, then Dean's got his new feud.
Yeah.
Well, AJ's busy.
They've got to do something because we've seen it.
Those two have their match at TLC as well, which is why I'm thinking this will happen.
With Cena being out for so long, the title picture it's no in a sense stale. They're building a story, and I'm happy.
They've done a good story, and Ellsworth made a difference to it.
Yeah, I'm happy with the story as long as they're continuing keeping it right. That I'm happy with that. But having Joe there, like you said, if after TLC AJ Styles retains, right, and he moves on with Undertaker, Ambrose needs somebody. Now, of course, you can fling them to Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, people like that, but make it more interesting, make SmackDown more watchable.
I think we're going to see Randy and Luke Harper going at it.
I think that'll be a good match.
They were teasing during the week there, and I was actually watching the first time in ages. Somebody had posted the main event, which was Apollo Crews and Luke Harper, and I'm going to post it to the Facebook page because it was fucking amazing. Luke
Harper's a great wrestler though, man. He doesn't get the fucking credit
this
he
is why
deserves.
Him. Like during that, they were saying maybe he's a bit jealous of Randy because he's used to being Bray's right hand man, go-to guy, but Randy's kind of taking that position a wee bit. So that's it. Round about Rumble time, maybe TLC, maybe in between the two, you start really pulling at that dissension, and you'll get Luke Harper his breakout feud with Randy.
That'll be good. So you've went for Raw, I've went for SmackDown.
Yes.
So I've got
Raw because of silly buggers.
So I've got 2 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown, 1 for Raw and traditional, and you've went 2 for Raw, 1 for SmackDown.
One other match we forgot. It's Miz and Sammy for the IC belt.
That's the next one on my wee card on the screen.
Okay.
This is a hard one to call because
it makes sense for the IC belt to stay in SmackDown.
Yes.
But they're going to use the excuse that Raw's longer and needs more, even though they'll make a buzz of it, and because they can't juggle the belts they've got to know.
They'll buzz it up, and like we spoke about on the podcast for SmackDown 900, if that IC belt goes to Raw, it's going to get lost, it's going to be irrelevant because of the US belt being on Roman Reigns. There's nothing wrong with a mid-card belt being on a main event superstar. There's nothing wrong with it.
That makes it look good, and that's one of the things they've done right consistently on both shows since the brand split is elevating both of those titles, and sticking the IC belt in Raw is going to fuck on that for that belt.
Because the IC belt, since being moving to SmackDown, has been changed hands with 2 former world champions. I am totally cool with that.
And there's been great matches.
Yes.
When that goes to Raw, the match quality, regardless of who wins, right? If they've come up with some bizarre scheme for Miz to go to Raw somehow, but whoever wins, the match quality will drastically drop, both because of time constraints and because of quality opposition.
Yes. The only outcome, and this is a hard match to pick, and it's based on what ifs. I'm wanting the IC belt like you, stay in SmackDown, but move Sami Zayn to SmackDown.
Aye, exactly. And somehow to move Cesaro as well, just for the record. I know Daniel Bryan keeps going on about it.
Just for the sake of it, just get him out there. But aye. I'm going for the Miz to retain.
I'm going to go for Sami to win because Sami has had fuck all to do.
He's had fuck all, and that's how I'm hoping the way it works out that he gets moved to SmackDown because he's let Raw down.
Aye.
That's the only thing, and storyline wise, I'm hoping, and it makes more sense for Sami to be in SmackDown.
I want the IC belt to stay, but I want Sami to actually have something to do, so I'm going to go for Sami.
But like I said, if that IC belt goes to Raw, that US belt has got to go to SmackDown. That's got to be took off reigns, however, and moved within at the Rumble. It has to happen. It's got to be done because you cannot have the way they've done the shows now. Like back in the day when we said it was only Raw and they had 8 belts. Am I right in saying that?
I think it was 7 or 8. Aye.
They done it right just now. They cannot fucking do it. They just cannot do it right anymore. And to have the 2 mid-card belts when you hardly use your mid-cards in a respectable way, it has to be kept separate.
And that leads to the problem on SmackDown, though. If that belt comes away, what are the likes of Apollo Crews and all that? That mid-card has nothing unless they introduce a new belt. And what the hell? They got to bring back the Euro title? I don't think so. Nah,
it's fucked, mate. They've created a story, but no, it's like there's a lot of problems if they do move the 2 belts because of a 3-hour show. They fucked the cruiserweight division, which
we did call it. To be fair,
everybody called that, and it's a shame. And the sad thing is, if that IC belt goes back, if they've been built up to being what it always meant to be. That was the belt. If you had that belt, you're going back to being a champion again. And I hope that with Miz and Ziggler down the line. Miz deserves another title run. He does deserve it. He's the best.
I've been saying that for ages now.
He's the best heel on SmackDown. He's probably overall the best heel next to Kevin Owens in the main roster.
But he's also the only guy that can stay a heel.
Yes.
He's never been cheered for anything.
No. And that's the appeal to the Miz.
Aye.
And when you think back to when it was him and John Morrison was always the star, and nobody gave Miz the look in. And who's more relevant? There you go. That's all I'm going to say. Who's more relevant and who got the fucking title?
Aye.
So
main event.
And
going to be the main event.
We'll close the match. And being in Canada. Because there's no place like... Hey, buddy, I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm your buddy, guy.
This is the first Survivor Series back in Canada since the Montreal Screwjob.
That one.
Yes. Now, can we see a Screwjob in this match?
No. Larry's winning.
I can see Brock winning as well. Purely because if... Like you said, we spoke about this... Goldberg has sold this fucking match. He has sold it.
Single-handedly. Working with Rusev, by the way, which explains that wee bit on Raw a couple of weeks back.
Yeah. I mean, like, when you look at Goldberg, he looks like a tank for a 50-year-old guy. He looks fit. And like
must be those supplements he takes.
Yep, the supplements. Oh fuck, I forgot. Nobody can see my inverted commas.
I can pretty much hear it when you say it. Supplements.
The reason, and I think the reason you're going to say as well, the reason Brock's going to win this, I can see us being a free match.
Well, there's 2 reasons. It's either going to be 3 matches, right, with Larry getting the win here and Bill Baird coming back for Mania for a Hall of Fame induction and one Merry Name, or it's because Larry's going to be here at the Rumble. Bill, isn't he? You know? So Larry's winning.
Brock's winning it because I want it. Well, that would be 1-1, and then, like you said, if it goes to the Hall of Fame, Goldberg deserves to be in it. Fair enough, he said his reasons why he hated WWE and why he only kept his run. It was less than a year, am I right in saying?
It was a year, actually.
Was it a year?
1 year. April to April.
He does deserve to be in it for what he done in WCW, sorry. And I can see a rematch at Mania, which would be good, as long as they don't fuck it up like they did at Mania.
Depends how the Mora goes.
Well, that's it. But no, I'm going for a Brock win. It's kind of... I'll be surprised if Goldberg wins, purely because the build-up they're wanting to do with these two guys.
Aye.
So I can see a Brock win. I can actually see the Monday night being a good pay-per-view.
I hope so. I really do. Because I've been knackered after ICW. I need something to hold my attention.
Because when you look at when they done the brand split and then they brought the two brands together for SummerSlam, apart from the women's match, the rest of it was a clusterfuck. No, apart from the Universal. Sorry, Universal was a good match, but the rest of it was a clusterfuck. And
Yes.
I'm kind of hoping it doesn't happen tomorrow night. I'm hoping that they do show respect and bring back what Survivor Series always meant to us. And they have, to have...
It's a good way of going about it, having 3 matches.
When you consider, not even 2 years ago, they're pretty, one, maybe two.
Exactly. There was 1 year there was none.
Aye, that's right.
I can't remember what show it was, but there was none at all, and it was just a name for the show, and it was just the name because that's always the name of the November show.
And they were actually going to drop this show as well. That was the thing, they were going to drop it altogether.
So people complained, and Vince for once changed his mind.
So to have it back to at least having 3 traditional, and having the women's one in it, which is as cool as fuck, as much as...
Well, I mean, there's never been a good women's Survivor Series match, and they have done them in the past, but they've always been fucking tragic.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm hoping this one is going to, like the Hell in a Cell, it's going to be good. It's going to still keep that bar going. The only thing that will let it down is the people that's on it, the ones that are still green. Still has a wee bit to learn, but I think being in like that tag team scenario where you're surrounded by like the ones who can just call it and pull the match with them, I think they'll be safe in that sense, where it's no like the eyes are focused on that one person.
Yeah.
Which I think will be fine. The tag team one, it will be a clusterfuck. It's just too.
Oh, absolutely. That'll open the show. There'll be loads of high spots, and it'll be over pretty quickly.
The IC belt. What can you say? That'll be a good match. Hopefully,
I will be surprised if it was anything less than great.
They have to have good time though. They've got to give them good time.
I'm hoping that they'll get it because Survivor Series is 4 fucking hours long.
Is that including the...
No.
Oh, fuck. So
the Royal Rumble is 4 fucking hours long. Yep, this is a new thing that 4 will last a week.
So it's basically they're doing this for the Big 4 now. With WrestleMania being 5 hours long, 6 hours.
Probably 6.
Well, no, 7 hours because it's like a 2 hour fucking
show. A 5 hour fucking pay-per-view.
It's just, I think it's just getting used to it now. Also,
everybody knows more is better. Said nobody ever, especially about WWE wrestling.
If you watched Raw, there you go. Exactly. Fucking more's not better. Pay-per-view wise, as long as the card's good, I can go 4 hours. I can do it.
I can't do it constantly.
No.
And with them having those so close together and having Raw so long and adding another hour to Raw where they're talking Smack rip-off and then SmackDown with talking Smack, and then if for some reason you somehow, for all of that, didn't get your fill and you'd have main event and superstars. And then NXT and now 205 Live. I mean, you're looking at about 16 hours a week.
They're really pushing for the network now. It's blatantly obvious. which is a good thing.
I don't think they should be going for this much stuff until their stuff goes network only, which is probably the end goal here.
Yeah,
for every show.
I mean, because like, so the Sky contract in the UK at least is going to be running up soon, because like Sky's charging.
No, because see, when they started the network 2 years ago, they signed the Sky contract a month before, without taking into account the network stuff, because they're fucking idiots.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because that was one of the big arguments Sky
had.
Sky
contracts usually go for 5 years,
and that's how we had to wait. We had to wait a while to get it, and when we got
we didn't get the network until. Well, it was going to be January 2014, wasn't it? And then it got delayed.
We didn't get it.
Literally the last second, because I had it downloaded to my Xbox. I put it on, like, right, here we go. Nothing came on. Kept checking the Twitter. Oh, we're having problems. We'll get back to you. A week later. It's launching in June.
Because I know people used they got American ones, and I held off. I just held off till the official launch.
Oh, no, because Nicola's boyfriend, he got it in the US, and you could share accounts back then, as long as you were only on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So because I would have like Mondays off, and he would be working Mondays, I could watch the pay-per-views live, and then he would watch it the next afternoon, you know?
Yeah. Oh well, 5 hours and more a night for me, and you've got fuck knows how many hours. So
ICW the doors must be about 7. It'll probably finish about the back of 10, 11 o'clock.
And
I'm not fucking. See, the thing is, though, if it's anything like last year, ICW is going to fly through.
Oh, that's what you want, no mate. You want to be.
Oh, you're paying your money to be entertained.
That's
your fucking elbows, like holding your head in your hands.
Aye. Oh, I know that feeling for last week. But no, a great weekend of wrestling. Best of luck to the ICW guys.
Remember tonight at 6 o'clock on their Facebook page.
Yep.
We'll be putting the link on our Facebook page as well.
Check it out, guys.
You need to watch it completely free. It's going to set up tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is actually being broadcast live on ICW's own network, which is like £6 a month.
Yep.
If you're into it. And tonight's a good sampler for what they do.
The guys really do a lot of hard work, and it's starting to pay off, and it's really good. It's like classic wrestling. It's
high quality stuff.
Yeah.
You get quality matches, fun storylines, and you don't get your intelligence insulted.
Yep.
ICW never do the blatant expected thing. They will always find a way to subvert what's coming up.
Yep.
Always.
So, best of luck to ICW tomorrow night. I hope you blow fucking Raw and SmackDown at the
I hope you fucking blow the world of wrestling up, because everybody's eyes will be on Glasgow despite Survivor Series tomorrow night. We're all looking to use.
So,
you can do it.
Best of luck. So, great weekend of wrestling. So, we are back Monday. Oh, that's going to be a long fucking...
Yeah, we were going to do NXT tomorrow, but we just won't have the time.
Nah, we're out of time. We're out of time.
Over ICW on Monday. Over all the Survivor Series on Monday. You will get sick of our voices. Probably by the time it finally posts at midnight. Because just be like time constraints tomorrow. For you, it's like there's just fuck it. We'll just hit it on Monday. I need my beauty sleep, man.
I'll let you talk about ICW, how great it was, and then we'll see who's winning. And then we're back on Tuesday for Raw, back on Wednesday for SmackDown.
And then it finally settles down.
Just for a week. a week or two, then we've got TLC coming up. Fucking hell, WWE.
And then we get a rest for a week, and then we get Roadblock, which is the roadblock between us and Quality Entertainment and Christmas.
Yep. So it's gotta be fucking great. So until Monday, have a great weekend of wrestling, everybody. I hope whatever you are watching are going to enjoy it. This has been Smacked Up Wrestling Podcast. As usual, leave us a like and subscribe on the Gaming Fault. Check us out on Facebook. Like Martin said, he's going to post a link of the live wrestling event. It's going to be the first time ever on Facebook. Check it out. The guys putting amazing work. And I hope you've enjoyed the show. So as usual, I've been Will.
I've been Matt.
Take care, everybody.
Ta-ta.